What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Right, okay, this is actually pretty wild, and I don't know if I've kind of missed the boat with this. I've not seen anything around about it. To be honest, I've not been that active recently, so maybe I have. Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Right, so we're just in the range, and I've got on my explosive damage build from a few patches ago. It probably could be better now with the gear changes. I've just never changed it. It still kind of works. The only thing that I have changed on here for testing reasons is I usually run kinetic momentum. I have changed it to glass cannon, so I don't have to worry about stacking and things like that. So just to give you a kind of an idea, I have changed it from explosive turret to the regular turret. And what I'm going to do is I'll just let this shoot here. And you can get an idea of how much damage I'm doing there to armored enemies. You know, 137k. Same to health enemies as well, 137k. So I'm going to turn that off. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to change guns. Now, obviously, you would think capacitor, test subject, mechanical animal. These are the kind of guns you would use with a skill build. Or maybe, you know, a regular gun with some kind of skill, beneficial talent equipped to it. Well, we did get added a gun a while last patch, and it was terrible, and it was called the Cricket. Now, it has perfect precision strike on it, and now you're going to guess where I'm going to go with this. Killing enemies further than 20 meters builds up stacks. The max stack is 2. Hitting an enemy within 20 meters will use all the stacks to provide 35 amp damage, which is a lot of damage, to enemies within 20 meters for 5 seconds. All right, so now you're thinking that's only a 5-second buff. That's pretty rubbish. Well, we're at 20 meters here, and we're just going to remind ourselves we're hitting for 137. And what we can do here, we can get a little turret out, and we can let it start doing the business. And you can see there it's still hitting for 137, and then we're going to get 1 kill on this. We're going to go over here. We're going to look what he's doing. Let these re-pop up. There we go. Let's get a kill here, please. Know what you're hitting for now. He's hitting for 185. And as you can see, I've got 1 stack on my Cricket. I'm then going to go over here. I'm going to shoot this again. And now it's hitting for 233. It's an insane amount of extra skill damage being applied from the gun talent. Now, at this point, you never lose it. Now, you should lose the buff after 5 seconds, but you don't, because you're not shooting. It's the skill, the damage for some reason. And this has happened with previous skills and talents previously. The talent from the gun is actually affecting the skill damage, as you can see. So obviously, this means we can do a lot of extra damage, but we can't do anything with this gun now. If you swap it, you'll lose it. If you change it, you'll lose it. You can shoot with it, and that is kind of fine, but you can also mess that up as well. So it's just now you just don't use your gun whatsoever, because you're doing so much extra damage, you're kind of negating the need to do gun damage. You know, and then we can do things like this. You know, and do 11 million that did there, and we don't lose our buff at all, which is kind of crazy. If I turn this off, and I've got something else with another talent to show you just in a minute. It's not as good, but it does the job. So you can see here, I kind of want to reset this while I've got the buff on. So we can reset here. And we get yellow at the front. So that hit for 11 million, which is 11.1 million, which is pretty insane. That's running, you know, glass cannon, not kinetic momentum and things like that. So obviously there's options there as well. But if I switch off that gun, so now that I go back, I have lost the stacks. Did we get a damage number? We didn't get a damage number for some reason. Let's get it back. Is it there? Yeah, it is. Oh, the range is messed up. Is that yellow at the front? Yeah, okay, cool. 6.5. It's almost doubling the damage. It's absolutely insane. It's like, it obviously isn't working as intended. But for a really easy way of clearing missions, this is going to be your go-to. Like an assault drone and the artillery turret, when anything's within that range, it's going to absolutely nuke them. Now, what I don't know is if the range is actually playing into this or not. Maybe we'll test that out in just a second. Or maybe we can bypass the range needed as well. But I did just want to check what my artillery turret does damage-wise. So did we get the damage number there then? So 6.5 million there. Alright, cool. But we're 20 meters away. There's one. There's two. And we brought the range again. Went too far. Let's see what we got that time. I feel like the range is bugging. That's the bleed. 6.7, so did it not affect the artillery turret? That would be a shame if it doesn't. 6.7. So it does affect the artillery turret, but nowhere near as much. So the explosive sticky worked really good. The assault drone, your normal assault turret works, but for some reason it's not applying to the that turret as well. But I guess that's because maybe explosive damage is more of a... Yeah, maybe it's the explosive damage that it's thinking there. So you basically can only use skills that use raw skill damage. That seems to be how the bug, I guess it is working. Right, so let's just see if it actually does bypass the range. So we know these are within 20 meters. So we've got their buff on now. So this one we know is definitely more than 20 meters away. Now, did that work or did that just bug out? And let's get a veteran. There we go. I don't feel like I'm getting any damage number from that. 2211, was that the damage number? I'm not so bothered about it being actually right, but I kind of need it to be. Let's see. It's not doing damage to it. My range is a bugged. Alright. Come back in and back out. 15 meters. 20 meters. That did. Alright, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.7 million for some reason. That is not right. That is not right. So I'm going to log in and I'm going to log out very quickly. I'll be right back. What's crazy is if this is kept in the game, it's pretty wild. That this would be really, really useful for the new climax mission. Anyway, so we're at 20 meters. So I'll tell you what I'll try and do. I wonder if the turret will hit. Alright, so we're nowhere more than 20 meters away here. We're going to put the turret. The turret's got to reflect that. Where can we put the turret that's 20? Can we get it on there? Hang on, we can go really... there we go. We can go 25 meters back here. Right, that's fine. Let's do that. 25 meters here. And we want it to shoot that. So at 25 meters, it is the 137, right? Which is absolutely great. We know that is good. And then we're going to bring this one in. I'm written for 185. Oh, I've killed something. How did I get a buff? We're back to 137. Alright, so we're 137. Alright, okay, cool. Right, so we know from the cricket, just to confirm, that hitting an enemy within 20 meters will use all stacks and provide 35 amp damage to enemies within 20 meters, right? So we only should be doing more damage to enemies within 20 meters. So this guy down here, we shouldn't, right? So let's just double check again. 137 and 137, right? And the kills don't count up as well. We have to get the kills ourselves. So let's get the kill ourselves. There's one. There's two. So now we're going to be doing super damage again. Yep, there we are. So the question is, what will we do to the one down here? 137. Right, so the range still works. So it has to be within 20 meters. But anything within 20 meters gets a huge amp, like massive modifier. Probably bigger than anything you can get from using an actual skill gun. And we can kind of test that very quickly. We're hitting for 233. So let's just swap to the capacitor. And get some stacks up. So we're at max stacks now. Yeah. Alright, so it definitely pays dividends. Absolutely. To use the cricket or whatever gun you want with precision strike on, that will do more damage than the capacitor, which is absolutely wild if you ask me. Now there is another gun that does affect like this as well, and it's the Strager, and I think what we'll do is we'll go over here, but it doesn't affect it in the same way. So obviously the Strager provides amp damage to enemies that are marked, which is really, really nice. And what you'll see is, I'll just throw this over here. And you might have noticed this if you've been using skills. You'll see that the Strager marks do appear, but the skill damage doesn't change. Obviously the gun damage changes because it's got a Strager mark. So you can use skills to apply Strager marks so that you'll do more damage when you eventually do shoot them with it. But it doesn't apply damage to the actual skill. It only helps you apply the marks. And I don't think that's working as intended either. I really don't think that the Strager's marks should be being affected by skills. It just says killing an enemy, so maybe, but it does sound a little bit weird if that is a thing. It doesn't generally work that way anyway. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. It's been a long one, but I hope you find this useful. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But I mean, if this is still around for master difficulty, taking a skill damage build with you, that's going to be no slouch, because they're not going to require healing. They're going to be able to sit in cover. I mean, yeah, pretty OP if you ask me. Anyway, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.